was here. I played football, basketball, and ran track. But I can remember our concrete gutters out here along this road, and they were, when it rained, they ran full, and we all swam in it. Over, the road was there, and there was a concrete gutter, and the gutters came over, they went down, they came over, and they came back up again, and you could swim in them.
My fondest memories of swimming and camping and using the outdoors started in 1958 when I married Murray and moved to Canton. And I was so delighted with the swimming pool that we had because I was swimming in the sand pit in Rock Valley, Iowa as a child. Social life around the pool for young mothers was wonderful. And then it was close to the park, so that you could wait there while others were playing in the park or practicing their softball or baseball. So it was very handy.
We need a pool. It's pure and simple.
Our parents and grandparents left us a good legacy of things in this beautiful city of Canton, and we need to do that for our children and our grandchildren.
Want to fund this project three ways. Through savings that the city already has in place, which is going to be between $500,000 and $750,000. Through private and public donations for a capital campaign, which we hope to raise roughly $1 million for that. And then the last thing is a bond initiative, which the citizenry is going to need to pass by a 60% majority to allow the city to raise their taxes in order to pay for a bond. We're hoping that that bond will be about $1.5 million in that ballpark, and so we're thinking that a $100,000 home will probably have its property taxes increased by about $95 to $105 a year. We had a design committee put in place to look at different designs from around the area and from towns approximately our size. That design committee probably put in more hours than any other committee that we formed. We discovered during the process of designing a pool that at some point of making it smaller, you don't save any money. This swimming pool is not the last thing that we plan on doing in Canton. It's just the first thing. And once this pool succeeds, that success will breed success. Everyone in Canton should support the aquatic project, whether they use the pool or not, because at some point they're having someone that they know or that they love that's at the pool using the pool. Just because Mrs. Smith that's 90 years old doesn't use the pool doesn't mean that she shouldn't support it. Mrs. Smith is eventually going to want to sell her home. And maybe Mrs. Smith is going to sell that home to somebody who's 26 years old and gets married and has kids, and everyone's been a child at one point, and they also more than likely had their own children, and now they have grandchildren, and they should want a place for those kids to go that's not 50 years old.
Murray and I love Canton. Murray has traveled the world with Bidwell, and every time he came back he said, "Helen, we live in paradise." And I grew up in a small town, and I appreciate this small town, and we enjoy all the activities. Everybody is so supportive. Canton has been so wonderful and so good to us.
She speaks for me when she says things like that.